Hey. Bonjour, hi, welcome to the stream, welcome behind my cloud. I'm Frank Boucher, your host for the next, is it 2 hours today? I think it's 2 hours today. Maybe, you know what, maybe we'll go longer than that. We'll see. It's a place where we have fun. This is my behind the scene where I try things I have no idea how to do, where we spend time chatting, playing, coding, using AI to code, building games, tools, and a bunch of other stuff. The goal of today is to work on a URL shortener. Let me share a little bit. Voila. Oh, like CB is our cloud bat. So just up there, sharing the link. It's an open source project that we built on this stream a long time ago. And sorry, look like I didn't do my, how do you say that? Vocalise. I forgot. I did that like my voice training this morning. Didn't speak enough. This is the URL shortener. So URL shortener is to take a long URL, make it short. There's plenty of tools that exist, but I wanted something that was very budget friendly and I wanted to hone it. So like I get all the data, I'm not sharing those information. I could change it, modify it. So that's why I use .NET. And it's been running very well. I'm using it all the time. And I upgrade some versions. So it went to, while I was working at Microsoft asked me, hey, can we do that? We have an idea for our clients. So they moved it. So we changed it at the same time. I use Azure Container Apps. Azure Container Apps is great, very easy to deploy. You clone the repo, you do AZD up, and boom, you have a full solution. But it's a little bit more expensive because it can do a lot more things than the previous version. So it's like, when I say more expensive, it's like 40 bucks a month, maybe 30 bucks, somewhere between, and I'm talking US dollar. So even for me, it's not true, but in US dollar, it's about 30 to $40 by month. So for a business, it's nothing to have like statistics and a bunch of stuff like that. But for like a one person or for like a group, community group and stuff like that, it's a bit expensive. Hello, McNitt. How are you? Hola. No, how do you say, is it hola? In Spanish? If you say bonjour, hi, I should greet you also when I'm assuming you speak Spanish. Could be wrong. Hola. Yeah, just like in French. H, silence. Silent. Hey, Fate on YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? So yeah, I kind of like wanted to get back to it and change the resource of this project, the URL shortener, to make it more cost efficient. And without losing all the properties. And in fact, I want to have options. So like if you want to go in Azure Container Apps, you can't. If you want to have it in other Azure resources, you can't. In fact, in theory, you could even have some part in Azure and some part locally. I think that's where I might go because I'm one user, so I really don't care about the administration tool to be hosted in Azure, though I want it to be accessible from anywhere. So if I'm I don't know, on the go, at work, and I want to create a short URL, I could. I don't need to be at home, so I would need some kind of like accessible container. But since this application is packaged into container, it should be pretty easy to deploy elsewhere. It's the communication between them that is a challenge, and a little bit more importantly, the URL, the redirect part, that's simple. That must go in Azure or in the cloud. It's a serverless service. It's very inexpensive, and that things stay there. But the admin tool where you create, update, and see the statistics, that could be elsewhere. But like, we need to protect them, because obviously you don't want anyone to go there and mess up with your URL. Fragbird is in the house. Hello, sir. How are you? Hello, hello. Let me join you. Catalan is more similar to French than Spanish. Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Catalan was closer to French than Spanish. I thought it was you, Fragbird, who landed, but no. What? That's weird. If Boucheros landed. So I landed? Did I? So that I missed a few messages. Did you get time to edit the README file for the repo? Fate, you will have to tell me a little bit more. Which repo? This repo, the URL shortener? I mean, like, I'm like the README? Not sure I follow. Give me more details. Well, that's not landing. Okay, so you didn't land, Fragbird. Did you, oh, is it, oh, you're here. Well, it happens, you know, once upon a time. You cannot land each time. Fred the cat, Groversaurus, myself, I found. Good morning, Frank. Word lurking. Yeah, no problem. Just say hello. Hello, sir. And CB is happy to see you.
Bonjour. Hi.
Who won last stream? It was you, sir. It was you. You can always go to behind my cloud. GT, first try. He lands. Job done. Excellent. Hello, GT. How are you? So that was the last stream. So if we go, so yeah, McNet. I think we were the two. Yeah. So it was a bunch of digital friends. No, I think there was like also real people in there. Is it? Last stream was pretty quiet, but yeah, you totally win with 82. Boom, done. Yes, bye. You can stay also if you want. You can stay, GT. You don't need to go, but you know, no vacation. How was the vacation? If you were in Europe, I'm assuming it was hot. CB, like, be nice. I think I put your guardrail a little bit too, let me update CB stuff. Voila. Vacation was awesome. No rain, very warm, yeah. But not too hot. Oh, really? Couple of beach. Cape Cod. Oh, excellent. Oh, yeah, yes, it's true. You mentioned you are going to Cape Cod. It's been forever since I went to Cape Cod. Well, happy you had good vacation. Are you like going back to the office Monday? Or you still have a little bit of time? I don't know. So far, like in the chat, it looks like it. If I go YouTube, I don't know. Like, do you see how many viewers there's? Oh, you were back this Monday? Man. Yeah, apparently you're the only one. I see one watching. It happens. I need to be better at like on YouTube. I use a lot for a long time YouTube as like a, and I want to continue to do that. In fact, pretty soon have video coming up. But like it was more like pre-record video. Et voila, MechNet landed. Awesome. Awesome, everybody's landing. Whee! But I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure how to promote that. But like now at least I have like an easy way for me. It's much easier. I'm using Restream, so I could have like one chat with everything. So that helps. The other day I was trying to, like a few weeks ago, I tried to have the drop game work on the chat on YouTube, but it doesn't work. But I think you could, if you do exclamation point search, I think you can play the game from YouTube. But yeah, I need to like try to make the chatbot more integrate things on YouTube. Fun fact about CB. Did I push the new version? No. I think it's just in PR. Is it? No? It's been merged? I forgot where I left that thing. I think I merged it. Did I merge it? Oh yeah, no. So yeah, so I was experimenting. So I had chatbot because I thought for that one, it would be nice to be able to go on an issue and say, hey, work on that. I know I can do it with Copilot, but I would like to use other agent if I want. So I added Gemini, but to use Gemini here, it's not Gemini part of my plan, it's Gemini like pay as you go. So I was like, okay, let's give it a try. So I think I created, but then I used the free tier. So I asked, hey, Gemini, can you work on this issue? And I was, well, Gemini is busy right now. So it did work. So you could play the game from YouTube. Awesome. Well, thanks for trying it. So now if you do exclamation point use and then Sunzone, you'll trigger some effect. And so yeah, so I did that, and it was like, well, Gemini, like is like the use of Gemini for like, I'm assuming because I was using the free tier, it doesn't work. So I was like, okay, but no. Shield is random now. So then I try with OpenCode. So I say, hey, OpenCode, like work on it. It worked on it. But then, like, and I say here, in a new branch, oh, let me go in the corner. I say here, in a new branch, work on that and then do a PR, and nothing happened. I was like, what? And then I look and it only had, my nose is like read access. So I changed it. I try again. So okay, try again. It did. And say, okay, the branch is here, and push. And apparently GitHub Action Infrastructure will handle the PR creation automatically. And obviously it didn't. I have Gemini Pro 2, Faith, but that's what I'm saying. You could use Gemini Pro, and I love it, and I probably do, like, in fact, I use Anti-gravity. It's part of the Gemini Pro. I'll probably work on that with that today, because my Copilot is maxed out. I think I have 6 tokens left until the beginning of the end of the month, I think. Yeah. But yeah, so you could use so I could go in the CLI or like in the IDE and say, hey Gemini, do this, or you know, whatever, Google AI, because they're Gemini, and there's anti-gravity. So I could say, hey, fix that, and then it will go do all the work. But to work as an agent part of GitHub, I need to use the API, and that's not part of the plan. That's billable. You're using the API. So you're using like a different RNest. So when you're using a different RNest, not the anti-gravity CLI or IDE, then you're going through the API, and that's a different billing. You're geo-blocked from anti-gravity? Interesting. Are you based in India? Where are you based? I didn't know it was, like, I know they are rolling out, right? It's pretty soon. They say so let's go there. Anti-gravity. It's pretty new. Like, I was watching a video about it, and just like the DevRel guy from Google was talking about it, and I think in the first 10 minutes of that video I learned stuff. So, Russia? I didn't know. Maybe, is it common? Is it a common thing from Russia? It's rolling out. Like, even at the beginning when this came out, they would say, well, like, it's mostly the same thing, but like moving on, they will go with anti-gravity. Even the doc is now like evolving. There's more stuff in it than there. So yeah, so when you use anti-gravity, you could go with the Pro version. That's what I have. That's, you have with your phone, like you can have like the CLI, you can have an IDE. It looks like a VS Code and stuff like that. So you have all that. But if you're doing it outside, then you go with the Google AI Studio, they call it, and that's another billing. Can you do this with OpenCode? I can, like, yeah, look. OpenCode here, like I said, I could, like, here. No, this, voila. Here I say open, I could have said slash OpenCode or just OC, work on this issue, and then OpenCode put some, oh, wow, we don't see it anymore. But interesting. It was some eyes like appear here, and then it worked on it. So OpenCode session and stuff like that. So you could totally do that. To do this, you need to install it like this to unzoom. No, like this. Well, I don't zoom enough. Yeah. So to have your agent, OpenCode agent, you need to install it. So, well, you could do it manually, like it will do everything for you, or you could go here. So to install it, you just go OpenCode space install space GitHub in the repo, like locally on your computer on the repo. So in that same folder, you do OpenCode install GitHub, and what it does, it will install a workflow, and it will be a little bit different. Mine here, I had some feature here. I don't know why I like it. Whatever. Initially, it just say, hey, like you could do blah blah. Like, you know, this is how you trigger it, and everybody had access to it. Oh, it may be domain. Yeah. And I was like, I'm not sure I want everybody to be able to chat with my agent. So I was like, well, you need to be an owner, a member, or a collaborator. So like, I'm like McNet, if you go on my thing and you try to chat, it shouldn't work. Except if I include you in the collaborators. So then like it will create that, and there's an app that will be associated with that repo, and then you just have to create a secret for that repo. OpenCode. So in GitHub, you put your API key for OpenCode, and then it worked. I had to do something similar, but not exactly the same for anti-gravity. So I created like mostly the same kind of workflow, or like a, yeah, workflow, GitHub action. But then at the end, because there's no app, I'm calling a Python script. And where is it? Here, I have a script. So I still need to tweak it a little bit more. But say, hey, you're an expert. This project is Node.js. So say you're an expert in Node.js. You can do this, blah, blah, blah. So I did that. Like maybe I should try to do it on my credit card to see like if it works. Because right now, because I was in the free tier, like, you know, it just say, well, it's busy right now. Try later. I was like, well, no. Like, I'm asking it now. I won't. Like, I want to delegate. You know, if it would be like, okay, it's queuing and by itself it will try and try and try. Okay, fine. I don't care the throttling, but like if I'm asking something, I want you to start working on it, because then I'm moving on. Like, so I think I will try to put some billing, and maybe I could write a little blog post about that, because I didn't see that documented, and I think it's cool. And but I also need to check if it's, I think it's okay because I'm using the API. Yeah, I think what wouldn't be okay, like, nah, that's a good score. The busy thing is crazy. Yeah. Well, it's free. Yeah, it was the free tier, so you know it's free. So I'm guessing low resources, like blah blah blah. It's okay. I mean, it's free. Well, yeah. So the code has been done, so it's in randomized umbrella. Oh, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do a PR. So, well, you know what? Let's go in here, because it will write all the stuff for me. So if I go here and I bring it to these days, I'm not sure dev is up to date. Yeah, dev needs to be updated. So let's go do a PR. here. That's what I like about Git Kraken stuff. It will just like you drag and drop and say, hey, you want to bring this to that? Yep. And I'll like generate, renderize, and blah, blah, blah. Just like put everything. And one thing I want is the issue number part of it. It was issue 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I love that. I don't know why I paste it if I'm typing it. I generated a virtual credit card to my bank app just for AI with the limit credit. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's a good idea. So if I understand correctly, that's a service from your bank? Or, because I'm assuming you could go to Visa or MasterCard or maybe like virtual banks and just say, hey, I want a credit card with like, you know, that amount. But that was with your bank. Yes, it's a bank service. Okay. I like the idea. I like the idea. I may try to do that. What I did is I don't put credit card. When I say credit card, like I prepaid, so I put $20. Like, you know, in there. So like there's $20 and that's it. Because initially I wanted to generate some images, I think, from another service, thinking, oh, cool, I will use my package of like minutes and stuff from, but then, yeah, it didn't work. I think what's illegal is if I was using OpenClaw or Hermes agents, and then to go through the anti-gravity CLI to stain my package, I think that's illegal from the agreement on anti-gravity stuff. You cannot do that. Okay, I never thought about like a prepaid card. Like the thing is, prepaid card, like you lose money. I did that in the past where I had point accumulated and I forgot, like I think it was because I was traveling a lot by work. I was making a lot of point, and yeah, using my Amex because business, I was collecting a lot of points, and then COVID hit, and I had like a lot of points, but I couldn't travel anymore. So I was like, well, what can I do? So I asked credit card, and I think they were just coming by $20 or $50. I forgot, like, you know. So, you know, that's cool. That's easy. But the problem is I'm always losing money because you cannot, except if it's $20 and you're fine. But if it's, let's say, $18, then okay, cool. So there's $2 left. But then to do like, they do a check or something like that. And so like I'm always losing, let's say, if the amount is one something, like not a lot of money, but always losing some money in it because I cannot use it. I cannot say, okay, this thing is like $2. Okay, use that, and then I will continue with something else. Nope, it's no, because they do a checkup of $5 or something, and I was like, nope, it doesn't pass, so the card is not valid. I was like, the card is valid. There's still money left on it, but I cannot use it. So, but it was like physical card, so maybe virtual card work differently. Okay, so cool. So the virtual card are associated with the physical one. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, right now what I do most of the time, just like I did with OpenCode, is I put money. I say, okay, I give you 20 bucks. And I use PayPal most of the time to add a layer, PayPal, and then my credit card, and just like, you know, bunch of layers just to make sure. I'm assuming like it's in my head, the protection, but I like to do that. So money is there, but like it's not associated with any credit card. It's, you know, it's credits. Like I put money there. Yeah. What? No. You, sir, you go there. And so, but today we are oh yeah, release. I didn't do the release. Interesting. Agent session. Cool. So there's pin. Why would I pin that? In the header. I'll have to check the video. I know the agent stuff is pretty cool. But yeah. But today I want to examine a few things. So yeah, so that was my story about the cloud bot. So that was... It was not on the channel because it was offline, but you get it. You get the idea. Tango control. No. I'm not familiar with Tango control. And you didn't specify, or maybe I missed it, which README of which repo were you talking about earlier? Oh, and also, where is it? It's here. No? Yeah. Oh, that's not a good map. Or maybe I need to refresh it. Do I need to refresh it? I think I need to refresh it. If I do this and then refresh, yeah. There it is. If you want to be on the map, you could go !map and then the city where you are. Or if you don't want to be where you are, you could say another city. It was for the URL shortener? Okay. So I was supposed to change the README? What was I supposed to be... I like how CB make association. Ah, that's great. Nice shot, CB. Okay, let's go back to our... is it lamb? I need to have in the chat. Sheep. In French, there's an expression that say, let's go back to our sheep. Retourner à nos moutons. Okay, so what I want here. So yeah, so the plan of today is really to look if that admin tool we could use other repo, and right now everything is deployed into Azure Container Apps. So if I go here and I stop that. So here I was trying to use while using, oh yeah, here what I was trying is like if I run it locally, can I access the storage in the cloud? And it was working so-so. Yeah. So I was using the storage, existing storage name, and the mine by, oh yeah, that's a thing we change for fixing this. That's to upgrade. Okay. So yeah, so that was a cool idea. Well, why wasn't working? It was partially where I would like to keep my changes. Okay, so I could just like put this in comment and this in comment, and then put the comma there, uncomment this, and now we're back to where it was. Okay, so right now, add an Azure function project. Oh. So if this is an Azure function project, why it's Azure function into see, it says when Azure projects are deployed to Azure Container, they are provisioned with the container. Okay. I want Azure function. To add an Azure function project to the distributed application, this overload is not available in the Polyglot app host. What's Polyglot? Is it when you're mixing like .NET and other languages? Use Azure Function Project resource extension to add the Azure Function project. Azure Function Project resource extension, add Azure Function project. What does that mean? Maybe it means you have to pay more. I'm not sure. You know what? Let's do this. Let's try something. And then I will go also on the website and look Azure function, because I want an Azure function, not an Azure function in Azure Container Apps. Hey, Fuel. Hello, hello. 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 No. Hello. How are you, man? Aspire.dev. Oh, yeah, it's not .net. It's .dev. 13.4. Oh my god. Okay. I want Azure Function. Set up Azure Function. Let's have a look. Building an URL shortener, got $1 billion idea. Well, I already have. I'm already owner of a URL shortener, my friend. This is it. That's my URL shortener. It's just that right now the version is running in Azure Container Apps. It's amazing. It's super easy to deploy, but it's about $30-40 by month. So for like a company, it's awesome. But for an individual, one person or like a community group, it's on the expensive, still approachable, but still expensive just for URL shortener. So I want to, without changing too much code, I would like to have options to deploy elsewhere. And that's what we're looking today, trying to look. So I already know that Azure Function, the URL shortener, like the redirect part should go there because that's what it used to be. So I want to see if I could do it in the app host using Aspire. And I saw I could use app service. Otherwise, what I could do is just like have a script that deploy those and just say, hey, this binary or this container, push it here, push it there. You know, like we'll have another way, but if I could do it in the app host, that would be nice. And if I could even have like condition, so let's say in the settings, you say I'm using this setting, and then like in the code, because I think right now app host doesn't have multi-deployment type, so we could say if this environment variable equal this, then do blah blah blah, and otherwise do blah blah blah. So we could have different deployments. So AZD up would deploy different ways. So that's what I have in mind, and I'm just trying to wrap my head about what's possible to make it easy. Otherwise, you know, I could just write like a few function and say run this, but then, you know, I would prefer having it like have like a URL shortener was always own your stuff, budget friendly, easy to deploy. That was the Trinity condition. And the following, oh yeah, what? Maybe I don't have any money in Big Pickle. It's a free model. Oh, really? Oh, there it is. So in Aspire, Polyglot App Host is a app host project that contains infrastructure as code, definition written in the language of C#. Hey, thank you for the follow. Natlian? Not sure I pronounced your name correctly, but thank you for the follow. Very appreciate. Welcome. Feel free to join us in the chat and ask question or try the drop game, or you can stay in and just lurk. That's totally fine. Okay, so in Aspire, Polyglot App Host is an app project that contains infrastructure as code, definition written in C#, for example, bicep, polymer. What? Oh, it's a project that's it. What? It says it's not supported. I'm using it. Oh, not available in Polyglot. But it is supported. Hey, Huff Market, is this void? Rare to see someone using Azure in the wild. I just call it my day job. What? Using Azure in the wild? Is it that wild to use Azure? Hello, Huff Market. So how are you? What is it devoid? What is it devoid? What are you talking about, man? Okay, let's make this bigger. Let's try to understand. Okay. Most streamers don't use Azure. They use Well, at work, I used to work at Microsoft. That's one thing. I work at Microsoft for 6.5 years. I don't work at Microsoft anymore, but I use Microsoft Azure before joining Microsoft and after. And this project was running in Azure, and at work we use a lot Azure for different things. And I know we use Azure Function, and I know this URL shortener that I use needed a refresh. I was like, you know what, let's go play in it so I could, refresh my skills on like Azure Function and the deployment of those things and all that. One plane, hello. I think the Azure question is because when someone comes from AWS, they view Azure as low quality technology. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Like, and people from that are coming from Azure see the other way around. Like, a lot of people, they like their tech. Oh, Void is an open source AI code editor. Oh, no, sorry. Like, no, since I had no idea what you're talking about, One Market. No. It was the, this was VS Code. You could see the logo at the top. I use a lot VS Code. I use Anti-gravity, was a fork of VS Code. I'm often in the CLI, so plain terminal, but today I want to mess with this file. And I'm assuming what I want to do is not the path that is often used. So that's why I'm like, I want to know, and I'm in the detail. So that's why today I'm like less using agent, and I want to understand because I'm fine tuning stuff. But I could just ask, like that could be a good idea. Like I say, to the agent here, say, hey, make it so like this project run there and that project run there. Well, we could try that. Yeah, totally. Yeah. It happened in all directions. So true, One Plane. I thank you for the follow, Off Market. Very appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. You know what? Let me check. I think right now the CB doesn't track. I don't think it does. Let me check. Yeah, it doesn't track the new followers. I'm not sure why it's the case. GT just uses Sunstone. So let me add you both to the notes. So let's do that. Let's add to the note. A note like this. I need to automate that. So now we have you, and let's add another one. It used to be part of the soft track, and I think something happened. Where is it? Voila. Cool. So now you will be part of the show notes. So we have new followers and new follower. So you'll be part of the show notes. So if you go to behindmycloud.com, like I archive all the show there, all the stream with like all the show notes, all the game result, everything is there. And now your name will be there as a new follower. So thank you, I appreciate it. And CB, that's CB here. Or can I, do I have a button to show CB? I don't. Oh, I need a button to show CB. I should have different buttons. Did I land it? Excellent, 68. Well, that's CB in the top corner. Celebrating my landing. Yeah, people are... There's difference. Well, I think each cloud have his own services that were like, oh, that service is great, is better than like the two other cloud, and like, oh, and but in the other cloud that service is better, and you know, I think it's like a crossover. And for most cases, my I couldn't say because I never tried to say, for example, this URL shortener, the Azure function, I could try to push them into Lambda, and I didn't use Google Cloud though. I could try to learn a little bit more about it. I'm not even sure if we use that. I know we use AWS, and I have so many friends in those clouds. I could try those. But yeah, so there's different resource we could go. It's containers, so it could go anywhere, right? That's why I did containers. You know what? Let's try with OpenCode. Let's first commit the package. I want this. Okay, so let's commit those. Cool. Okay.
Hi.
It's Surdy Dev.
Bonjour. Hi.
Bonjour, comment ça va? How are you?
Hi.
Bonjour, hi. How are you today? How are you, man? Nice to see you. Been out shopping. Ooh, what are we shopping at? I'm on holiday. Oh, cool. Is it like your holiday or it's a public holiday where you are? I would like the project to be deploy to be. I don't know why I'm typing. Let's try that first, and the project.
Bonjour. Hi.
C# Titan is here, is in the house. Hello, hello. I'm having trouble with my seat today. I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm fine. Doing good. You can stand up? Oh yeah, I can. It's just that I would have to raise my. For a long time, I was streaming standing up. Right now, I'm using wobbling stool. I could just raise a little bit, so my head is not cropped out. But yeah, I prefer when I stream or record be standing. I feel like it's projecting more. I feel like more energetic. I will put that in my clipboard because I think I may use another agent and see the difference. Let's redo the. Voila. Let's have a look. Is it a cert? Did I miss it? Did you say it was a holiday in Germany? Oh yeah, it's true. You're in a vacation / holiday, depending on the part of the world where you are. Oh come on, refresh. Zoop, boop. Voila. Now if I do that, I cannot zoom. So it's better if I go, for example, here, and I bring this here. No, and the same tab. I could zoom on me. Whoa. Let's say like this. So now I could do a tour. Say SerDev is here. MakeNet is there, surrounded by fire. That's why it's hot where you are. Yeah, I love the new Kimi. No, I didn't have. Right now I'm running Big Pickle just because when I'm streaming, it's my default often. Kimi, for a long time, Kimi 4.5 was my to-go for a lot of job. Wait, what? So close to the water. Well, Mister. That's nice. This morning I was looking at Italy. I will be visiting stuff. And yeah. And Sardaigne too. Is it Sardaigne? Yeah. I don't know much about that. I need to investigate more. Yeah, I use .5 is my Quinn that I use. I use Gemma also. I use many different models. In fact, I try to change a lot. Okay, just want to kind of like make a sense of like, I'm curious to see what it did. Oh, what? It's not possible. Here, oh, I'm not sharing the, oh no, I did the tour and I was not sharing the good screen. And I was looking at where you were, SerDev. Let's zoom again. Cool, and now let's do a tour. Sharp Titan. SerDev, like coast. And here, MakeNet with a lot of fire here. And myself. That's cool. And Sharp Titan, you were in Melbourne. It's a continent I would love to. There's a lot of places I would like to visit, but Australia, it's a big place. Like it's a full continent. It's like, yeah, I would like to visit Africa. Like there's so much, but yeah, there's so much. There's so much places that would be great to visit. Okay, cool. And if you want to be on the map, you could do exclamation point map and the city where you are, or a city where you want us to think you are. There's no validation. Gonna start visiting now. There will be never be a perfect time. So, well, I'm visiting Italy this year. So, and there it is. GT just joined us in New West. after visiting Cape Cod. One plane, there we go, Amsterdam. Amsterdam is also a place I would like to visit. I think I only transit in Amsterdam once. And I had like 5 hours or something like that. So, and since it was my first time, was it Amsterdam? I was going to Belarus. I was going to Minsk. And I think I transit in Amsterdam and then continue my flight. So I couldn't decide where to go exactly. Atlanta, Mr. Fragbird is back. There you are. Looks like I will be in the Boston area only in mid-September. Who's in Spencer? GT. I will be in Andover. Yeah, I've been in Belarus. I love the place. You're visiting your brother, Fragbird. Did you bring your bike? Maybe your brother is not like a bike type. Yeah, dum diem da. Dum da da dum. I've been in Belarus a long time ago, though. But I was to visit, like a lot of my team were living there. So I spent 2 weeks on site at Minsk. Where is it? Like the cart changed the name of the place instead of just being in the. I'm confused now. It's around. It's right. Yeah, Belarus. Is it? Yeah, Minsk. Yeah. So I used to be able to close to understand Russian and spasiba and like a few simple words or like sentence that I could say, but it's been years. And when I came back, I brought like a t-shirt and like some souvenir for like my daughter and like souvenir and stuff like that. And I had some money left. And one of them was a piece of like 1,000 ruble. Ruble? Is it ruble in English? The money. And so I gave that to my daughter and she was like, whoa. And I was like, nah, it's nothing. But in her head, she thought it was like a 1,000 or it was 3,000. I forgot. Like it was a big number, and she was like, "Whoa, I'm rich!" And no, that's nothing. Okay, I need to read that. Let's focus for more than 5 seconds. No, I don't have Dead Wish. Oh. Yeah, like to go to Andover, ruble. In French is ruble. So I'm not sure how to pronounce it correctly. Sorry if I butchered the name, but ruble. Oh yeah, I think it was a 3,000 or something like that. And she was like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Yeah, no, it's like $2." And her T-shirt was like "Daddy's Girls," but in Russian. But she grew up super fast, so she couldn't wear it that long. Yeah. Now, it was a nice city. And it was cold. It was kind of, I think it was, you're seeing right? Thanks. I think it was the end of winter. But like, it felt very similar to here. So I was comfortable. Like I prefer the cold and the hot. So I was comfortable over there. I had like a winter jacket and everything. Yeah, okay. So here's the short answer. Not directly with AZD as currently configured. And it's a bit involved. What? And it's a bit involved even without it. Here's why and what you can do. Yes, I have planned to visit Italy this end of August. Let's putting that way. End of August. So why? So your Azure YAML set host container apps. Oh yeah. Oh, I can't mix container apps and function app. Oh really? Really? I will say a prayer for you. Why, McNett? For good's sake, concentrate. Yeah. No. So, 2 years ago, I went to Italy in July. Because that was it July or June? I think it was June. It was freaking hot. Like really, really, really hot. But end of August should be a little bit better. I know it will be. June is better than end of August? End of August. Like the last 2 weeks of August. / beginning of, like, because of our calendar this year. I think I overlap a few days in September. Oh no, I know it will be hot. But it's hot everywhere. Though, like here today, it was 14 this morning. How amazing that sounds. Yesterday, 2 days ago, I went outside, short t-shirt, and because of the breeze, and it was just after rain, I was like, oh, you know what? It's borderline. I could put like a long sleeve shirt, and it will be comfortable. And I was kind of like, oh, that's cool. Like I prefer cold, but yeah. But this year, when we booked our stuff in December, 31. Yeah. I'm expecting hot. Like I'm looking for t-shirt that will help me. Last time I had like a lot of like cotton t-shirt, and I was wet in a second, and it was like you know, you see like the, and when I say in a second, like I went out because I was ready before my wife, and I went out, sit in the shadow, and when she came back, like 5 minutes after, maybe, she was just like finishing, like putting her hair up, something like that, like just a few seconds, like really, I was already like getting spots on my t-shirt of wet. So my body doesn't manage very well heat, but cold temperature, I'm happy. I'm happy. Oh yeah. Okay, so it says that that's the thing I didn't know. AZD doesn't mix. Interesting. I'm not sure if it's true. We'll have to oh yeah, you will see me go outside for ski, though cross-country ski, not like in the mountain, but like if it's I'm on sea level, if it's like minus 20, 25, minus 30, I'm going out. I'll be happy. Snowstorm, I'm out. Bring cameras and stuff, and I will just enjoy my day. 25, I will like, depending if it's like it's very humid or if it's dry, I may say, you know what, let's do some cleaning in the house instead of like going outside and bike or stuff. I prefer falls also because it's chiller, the night are cold, and there's less bugs. I think in summer, like I don't like the heat, burning heat, like, you know, higher than 30 for me is like way too hot. And bugs. You're trying to concentrate or something, and just the bugs are like mosquitoes and stuff are just like eating you. I hate that. Okay, a separate app host. A separate app host? Or just a biceps template that provision a real Azure function and deploy Azure Function Lite. Oh, so I could have a second app host. Interesting. App service. Ah, interesting. So I could say AZD, or AZ web app deploy an AZ function. So not AZD, but AZ. Really? Interesting. I will have to. Hey, C# Titan, the GitHub plans are available now. I upgrade Pro Plan Plus. From a free plan. So man, you are in for yeah. C# Titan. I'm like I think I got like a notification when it was back available, or I saw someone text and I immediately. But I'm only running a pro, and right now I'm out of credit. I have 6 credit. six credit tokens. 6 token left. Or credits. AI credits. They don't. Oh, they changed. It's not token anymore. Only have 6. Oh, yeah, 6 left until the end of the month. So. Well, I try. I was having fun with the. Having fun. I tried. How do you call that? What's this project name again? Squad Dash. From. Code Rush. From Mr. Mark. Do we have like a screenshot? No, we don't. So I was using that, exploring how it works and stuff like that, and I was already at the mid of my bandwidth, and it ate the last. But I'm not Pro Plus. I'm like yeah, $200. But like if it's like if you're running at your if you're what's the word I'm looking for? You know, if you're running a business, then and if you're alone, if it's part of your job, you're getting money from it. $200 to be super productive, I think it's worth it, honestly. If you have like a team, then it's better having the business plan. Hey, Marcy, how are you? Welcome aboard. Cute little hello. Okay, so in short, but I didn't know cannot mix different solution. I will have to dig into that. Bottom line, Aspire, but it's okay. I don't want to. Aspire deployment model is one host type per app host. Wait, what? Oh, that's biceps only. No AZD for infra. I do a mix a lot, yeah. On-prem, cloud, different stuff. See, today I'm OpenCode, and earlier today I was saying that, oh yeah, I would like to use anti-gravity. You know what? Let's try something right away. I want to see if anti-gravity comes with the same answer. Let's go this, and then I think no. Cool. I didn't create that alias here. That's surprising. It is very nice. I really like it too. So let's go back here. What was my question? Oh, wonderful. So here, paste it. I would like to let's see what it says. I like anti-gravity. Oh yeah, okay, I read that. I just didn't catch it was Natalian. Nah, I'm killing. I'm sorry. I keep calling you Natalian. It's Nalian. If your primary goal is to use a single app service, Kashif did not wanted to pay the multiple app service instance. Azure app service billing boundary is app service, not a web app. No. I know I can create one thing. I did it in the past. Oh, maybe it's not supported anymore. Yeah, no, that's a service plan. I'm talking about one app and like you just like pack stuff in it. But like that could be also a good idea. We'll have to check. Oh, wow, okay. So when Azure Developer CLI deploy an Aspire app host, it built-in publisher translate every add project and add function project node into Azure Container Apps inside a single Azure Container app. That's not what I want. Then Aspire does not currently provide built-in for. Yeah, there is. I'm pretty sure there is. You can reshape, or like I said, like we'll have like a different script. There's flex consumption point. Yeah, but I know in one single app you could deploy containers. I even did a video, but it's in French. YouTube. I did a video with my friend Guy. Yeah. See, two container in the same app service. Tyndall is here. If we make a list of all the Franks I know, then you're definitely the number one. Awesome. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. So it's in French, but I'm sure at some point oh, is it ARM? I'm guessing it's ARM. It's been a while. So maybe it's not supported anymore. Yeah, so see, like when you go and deploy like a web app, you could have like a Docker Compose file. So that could be an option. That's what I had in mind, because like it's like you don't need to scale or anything. Oh, no, okay, that was YAML. So I wonder how this translates to biceps or stuff. Whoa, I'm missing some messages here. Welcome, Tyndall, to our chat, and we are so glad you popped even though your bio is a total mystery right now. Everyone would check out what make this channel, especially by visiting their link. Twitch at $10, since every new faces help making Behind My Cloud more friendly. Oh man. Give me some Jason. Oh, there's extension now to do that. Like, you know. No, like I'm just, I was looking, my URL shortener, right now it's all going in Azure Container Apps, and I would be cool to have different options to leverage Azure Function, and it looked like it doesn't support it the way I think it would. Like AZD, apparently you cannot mix. It's like all Azure Container, or like, you know, like there's, but it's AI stuff. So I think I will have to read that page. And right now I'm just like having fun chatting with different AI, and it suggests different things. And I'm like, really? That's what you think I could do? Nah. So like, you know, see here is to say, hey, you cannot do that. Though I know it was possible. So maybe it's not possible anymore. But I know in the past you could deploy multiple container in one single function app. And here it says, yeah, no, use service plan. So yeah, no. Did I just take the lead? I think I did. And I like the cloud were like low because CB was present. That's Azure Container Services. No, I'm talking Azure Function, Azure, you know, the old good app host, the web app. If you go through the portal, you could pass a Docker Compose file, and it will have multiple containers in a single app. Not a static web app. It's an old trick that was not really marketed. Let's put it that way. I'm biting my tongue here, but yeah, it's possible to do that. It used to be possible. Maybe it's not possible anymore. But I'm just looking for other option. Worst case, I'm going with like a service plan. I will take the lowest. And that would be fine too. I just need something where I can specify my domain name and probably have like the AZ-auth or something like that. When that was possible, no, more recent, like a bunch of Azure Container were possible. That's the YouTube video was sharing earlier. Control H for history. When that video was recorded. When I start doing Azure, it was only 2 services, by the way. But that was 3 years ago. That video. Do I have the exact date? In 2023, you could do that. And see, like in the Azure portal, if I zoom. So when you create like a web app for containers, then you could pass a Docker Compose file. Maybe this is not the plan. Yeah. There was the web app. Like the initial, like what? Oh no, I'm talking before infrastructure. There was no VM when I started. It was web server. What was the other one? app server and no, like even it was a web app and server app. No. Oh wow, forgot. I have a blank. But no, at some point I wanted to deploy app service, like whatever it was, like a website, and there was no VM, so I was like, oh man, service app. I forgot what it was. Like one was like more for APIs, and the other one was more like front end. So I wanted to deploy a front end, but like my computer, where I had like powerful enough to like have Visual Studio to deploy and like do the things, compile and stuff, was died. So I took like a super old computer, went on AWS, create a VM with like Visual Studio so I could compile and then publish from that VM into Azure. But yeah, so no, here what I was talking about is this. That's what I had in mind. Just to, but maybe having a service plan and could be enough too. So let's see what else it was saying. So yeah, you started when you were in infrastructure, but that was good. I mean, like that was a big thing because people were so used to having servers that going without the servers, like Microsoft for that was kind of like ahead. Was just like people were like, no, like I'm seeing that server and like I want to put it there, and like just having apps floating that were like it was really hard to sell at the beginning. So like having infrastructure like a VM, a proper VM, people felt way more comfortable, and AWS had that at that time, so everybody was going AWS, and then Microsoft brought the VMs too, and after that, like all cloud, like we were saying earlier, like all cloud had different services. C#10 says, when would you use biceps versus Docker for deployment? Biceps mainly use for Azure deployment. Yeah. Biceps is infrastructure, like it describe the type of resources used in the cloud to support your infrastructure. Docker Compose file, it's more like this is the app there, like I need a storage and things like that. So like it's not the same. But like biceps is 100% Azure. You could use other languages, infrastructure as code, like Pulumi, and there's other. But I've been doing so much Azure that I know ARM templates and biceps. I shouldn't learn Pulumi. I have a friends working there too, so Pulumi is nice. I need to scroll. Docker Compose is please deprecated. Okay, we won't do that. I knew like they didn't like it, but it was possible. Thanks, Alien, for the update. Yeah, Docker Compose app service is deprecated next year. The sidecar. You have a link for the sidecar thing? Was it you or was it Tyndall that mentioned that earlier? If you have a link, guys, about the sidecar thing, for me, sidecar isn't it the, sidecar, that's the way of, what it's called. I use sidecar in that, like it's, It's kind of an Aspire thing. What it's called? Is it Dapper? I think it's Dapper, right? I started the version before that, my friend. That's Azure for you a long, long time ago. Yeah. Biceps is everywhere? No, Biceps is Microsoft. It's Azure. No. So ARM template. I was one of like the guy who. Yeah, ARM template was the way, but it was not very user friendly. So they created Biceps that generates the ARM template. Biceps is a bit more fluent for like having variables and loops and stuff like that. And it was also kind of like so it was like Microsoft built that for Azure to kind of manage the ARM templates. Also looking at what Pulumi and Terraform, that's the other one I was looking for. Kind of what's done elsewhere can, you know, if we create something, like what good thing we could like look and like be inspired, and also what they had in mind, and the team worked on that. But yeah. Oh, cool. App service. Thanks. Let's go on this page. Let's bring that code. That page here. App service. Okay. Oh, that could be cool. But it's with AZ. Okay. The thing is, I really also like AZD, but yeah, that's nice. Let's put that to the notes. Thanks. Let's add that to the notes so I can remember and use it. We'll definitely have a look to that. And the URL. Boom. So now we have a very long show notes added. Cool. You didn't mention it, so I was Nalian promising it. Let's say forward. No, there's Dapper and Dapper. The ORM is Dapper, I think. Nope, not that one. But the one I'm talking about, it's not spelled like this, it's Dapper. This thing. I talk with some people and some maintainer when I was doing my open at Microsoft show. I talk with like the people from Dapper, and we did a few episodes about that, and I try to use it, but then it's really awesome. But for .NET people, Aspire was so much easier. Then I kind of like start using Aspire. But Dapper was great. So let me put that in the chat. If you don't know that, and you have like you're using microservices and stuff like that, this is a great solution. You did a PR on the Dapper documentation? That's cool, Surly Dev. So the sidecar is a way to, like, let's say you have your service and you want to communicate to the API, and like it's microservices. So like API is running in a different host. So you need to have the API, the address of that API or that database. So the sidecar are a way to say, oh, I want to talk to the API, and they just go, okay, I know API. So you call it API, like in your solution, API makes sense. And then the sidecar, like they know, okay, API is that address, and they go. So it helps you doing that. That's why like in Aspire, but Dapper is like in production kind of thing. Aspire, like push, like when you're local, Aspire is a tool for a developer when you're in dev mode running locally, and it does that by generating the URL and like injecting it in your environment variable, and like so they are used. And when you deploy, it will do the same thing. So it's kind of like generating the sidecar of kind of like they are a sidecar, just like like a bike with like a sidecar. So they are deployed with your thing, and they know how to communicate with the other services. So different tool, but for what I was doing, a lot of development and things like that. Aspire and .NET, initially Aspire was .NET Aspire. Aspire was so much easier and closed of what I needed that I did switch to Aspire and never looked back. Dapper was by default, like it doesn't care about like what kind of like code you're using and stuff like that. There's different patterns, there's architecture and stuff. I shouldn't have clicked. Is it in Learn? Quick start. The docs is also pretty good, though it changed a lot since I used it. But yeah, I will just help you run a bunch of containers and stuff. It's really helpful. Okay, let me. Oh, I missed so much messages. Okay, yeah, Tyndall. Yeah, that version was just before the deprecation. Okay. Yeah, Dapper used sidecar pattern. And Dapper was supported in the static web app. You could have like your Dapper config file and put it there, and it will manage everything. I did a few things also with the PMs of the static web app, and since I had show with Dapper, I was like, oh, we could do that. Yeah. The only problem, maybe I should revisit the static web app. The problem with the static web app was we need the function. You could have a function, but then like we need some kind of like security because I need some authentication. So yeah, there's that. Times to go there. It's a Friday. Why you go to the customer office on the Friday? Okay. Well, take care of, you should, take care of yourself and just go take a lot of liquid and sleep. Yeah, like the summer coughing is the worst. Or AC cold. Awesome, I had to drag the dog. Does she has permission to have some ice cream, make sturdy dev? C# Titan, did I explain a little bit how sidecar, like I'm reading your question now. What's sidecar? What's the benefit of versus Docker Compose? Tell me. It's simplify the interconnection when you're deploying the ND addresses and stuff like that. Aspire is awesome, but like it's a dev tool, right? So like when you're thinking deployment and stuff like that, then like you need, like it can generate how they call that, how they call that again, the document kind, I forgot what it's called, the manifest. They like Aspire can generate a manifest and can be used like in all platform to kind of like understand, but then like you're stuck with it. But the code, you still can do whatever you want, and that's what I'm looking at. Hey, Dokasa, fellow, that's what I want to look like. What else can we do? And I think I have my answer where I'll have to do like a script manual. But that's also okay. We could have different options. Let's finish recapping the chat. Is it ice cream bad for dog? Probably, but not bad like chocolate bad, but like, you know, ice cream is not good for you either. It tastes great, but no, I think I'm just saying that because in US there's a lot of treat for dogs now and stuff like that. And like weird flavor of like bacon, whatever, chicken, things like that. Perfectly explained, perfect. But like, hey, have a look, Dapper with like the sidecar and stuff. It's very interesting if you do a lot of containers. But if you do a lot of containers, I'm assuming you already know about it. But maybe you do containers because of Aspire. So like, that would be like a great production environment or other languages than C#. And also, I think Dapper is now supported. I'm having the wrong mouse. I think Dapper is now supported in Aspire, I think. Markdown document, mermaid diagram. What? What are you talking about, man? If I go here. Okay, so, okay. What is it called again? App service sidecar. No, I don't think it's bad. Like it's not healthy. Like it's not for you, the ice cream for the dog. But no, like there's tons of treats right now. with yogurt and stuff like that. And like there's brand and stuff. I know like the other day at the radio that was like, hey, like we they had like a new place with like a dog friendly area. So you could bring your dog and there's like special flavor just for the dogs and stuff like that. And the person at the radio were like, well, can human taste it? I was like, yeah, if you want to try you know, the taste chicken and bacon whatever. And I was like, yeah, even if it's steaks, maybe, I don't know, but on ice cream I felt like it's weird. But anyway, I'm assuming they adjust the, I don't know how they, well, like yeah, they put like the difference, and the one that get empty faster is the one that the dogs prefer. I don't know. How do you do taste? Yes, using Azure App Service Sidecar Container is possible, and you can definitely still use app host and EZD. Here's how it works. Here how it fix what are the trade-off and how app host fits. Okay, cool. In Azure App Service Linux Sidecar Container share the same network. Oh, that would be perfect. That will be perfect. That's exactly what I want. And what's the price? That's perfect. Okay. Can you still use app host? Isn't it what you said? Okay, no, that was kind of the structure. Okay, can you still use app host? App host remain your local development orchestrator. You don't need to change app host program logic, local execution. Hello, Milton. You check out Kimi 3? No, Kimi 3 is out? I'm still running just like 2.5 or 6, I think. I think I tried 7, but did it work well? I think it didn't work well, but it was more my fault. A week ago? Damn. I'm like, there's so many models these days. So like, did you try it, Milton? What was your experience with it? What did you try to do, and like, what, like, were you happy with the result? Tell me more. Kimi 3 beat Fable and GPT 5.6. Whoa. Is it your own result, or like that's what you heard? Did you try it, Milton? I want to know. Tell me the truth. Tell me. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, I click, but it's the good one. Where I want to go was this. Tell me the truth. Tell me. Making an app like Gleam and Superman. Fifth of the cost. A fifth of the cost? Yeah, but like, yeah, no, if it's 2x on OpenCode, and I'm not like, maybe I will try it just to try it. But, yeah. What? I need to, Chinese has got up. They just steal Fable 5. You know what? I didn't even try Fable 5. Everybody was like, "Yeah, it's super expensive." Like, nah, maybe not. that was also between jobs, so I didn't want to spend too much money on AI stuff. I wanted to play with AI, obviously, because there's AI everywhere, but so I kind of like didn't jump on F5. Well, I just got started. I don't know. I didn't try F5. Yes. Okay, so when you run .NET run app host locally, yeah. Yeah, so, okay. Ah, okay, so I have to do the synth, change the biceps file. Service plan. So B1, I think that was also the suggestion stuff like we checked last stream. So B1 was like $13, I think, right? Well, I don't want that. Okay, so that's cool. And okay, that's cool. That's cool. Let's copy this. Where do I put that so I remember? It's a little bit big for the show notes. And like B1, this is hard coded. But I like that. I like that. So it's the service plan. So B1 service plan. That would be good. Where do I put that? I want to keep notes. Oh, I know where I can put it. Isn't it like, how do you call that? Gist? I forgot what it's called. Gist? Whoa. Why? Create a new gist accent. Boom. Uh-huh. Okay, include the file name. Cool. And now I can share that to the show notes. Show notes here. Oh, you know what? Let's do it this way. I will do here. I can do notes, add this, and it should be part of the show notes now. Is it? Well, it's just notes now. That's a bad. Let's change that. Let's go, I'll put the URL here, and then I'll go, I don't have a home button on this keyboard. No, I don't, because it's a 65%. Cool, add. Now, so now we have the show notes, excellent. Well, that's a cool emote. Who sent that? Was this ERX? Hello, hello. First time in the chat. Welcome aboard. Welcome behind my cloud. How are you? One thing you can do also, you could try to search and you will find things like a potion, and then you could use the potion if you want to have some visual effects. Or you could keep it. You could keep up to 5 things, and it will keep through the, like all the streams. So like if you found stuff today that you don't want to use, you could keep them. And if you want to know what you have in your bag, you say !bag, and it will tell you what item you have in your bag. You can keep up to 5 items in your bag. Look like GT is holding a lot of rain stuff. Cool, so we have that. I'm pretty happy. Like, I think we'll go there. So it means we don't have to change anything. Oh yeah, no, that's the thing I need to ask. Okay, okay. Now we have both the potion and the rain and everything. I love so much the potion effect. That's great for the admin, but how the function light project can be deployed into a full Azure function and still use the app host and AZD. Whoop. Yeah. Let's give it a try if you understand my voice to text stuff. How is AZD up and AZD deploy work with this setup? AZD up and AZD deploy infrastructure. Wait, what? Oh, we'll still have to do the same thing, right? So I keep the deployment stuff. Did you use the? Oh no, okay, you found the. Sorry, dev. The shield are now. The position of the shield are now random. So if you have like a bunch of your digital, I know you're eating ice cream right now, so you're on a bench somewhere outside. So another day. Shield location is now random. So you'll be able to like fill the screen if you have like if you sync those. And umbrella is done, but it's still a PR, so I still need to merge and deploy that version. But it's coming, so like both will have like a little bit more randomness of it. And I wonder if we stack potion, what can we do? Anyway, okay, so app host untouched. Why? Okay, that's cool. Then step 2, define function line in the YAML. Host function, tell AZD. So I thought the Azure YAML is defined by Aspire, right? Isn't it? Let's close you. Yeah, terminate. Am I right? This. Oh, it's not. Right now, app host says container apps. Ah. But who wrote that file? Is it me? Who wrote? I think Azure. I think this was generated by. Oh yeah, like you know, AZD. Like when they started, they were like, well, the most flexible things and like blah 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 is Azure Container Apps. So like everything was Azure Container Apps, and I know after that they add more stuff, but then I was focusing on something else. Hello, bien le bonjour, Kurisato. Comment ça va? How are you? So I could do this. So a good way to check that, because if it's generated, then it won't be here. Yeah, so it's not, and it was at the root, right? Is it in the root or in source? It's in source. Let's have a look. So if I go in, so let's go yeah, here. Oh, Azure. So I could change that. Interesting. Well, so much to learn. I learned so much today. It's incredible. It's very exciting. I really like that. So admin, I will have also to. What? Why the side face? Oh, because you didn't land? Is it you over there? Far away? Yeah. You know, not everybody lands on the first try. Not everybody's like GT Sam. And now GT will go like, well, GT look like he will hit the wall and just follow the wall. And see, Fragbird is not even playing fair. Pushing. Yeah. See, Fragbird is joining you. And you have a bunch of friends now. In the Neverland. I was robbed. Exactly. Oh no, you pushed. You push. No, the drop command was done by my friend Instafloff. A great streamer, though these days he doesn't stream much. He's the same who... Oh, whoops, sorry, I smashed the mic. He's the same guy who code config.js that I use for CB in the chat bot command and stuff like that. No, drop game, you can have it. Insta Fluff TV. Firebird, have a good weekend. Have a good weekend, my friend. Enjoy your way back from your brothers. So Pixel Plush. So there are a bunch of tools he created, but Pixel Flush, like with Maya, who's the one who draw like a lot of my emote and graphic stuff. But yeah, so there's a lot of game that Instafluff, this guy, I'm not sure like if he shares his real name, but I know his real name. I met him in real life. At a dinner with him and Clarkio once. Yeah, so you have plenty of games and FX, and like there's the Plinko. There's the Labyrinth. Maybe we could have like a Pixel Maze eventually. That could be a little bit more less random. I don't know. Oh, what's that one? Chrono Schleifer. What's that? Hello, Maya. Interesting. They built a full game. I didn't know that. Those two built so much stuff. You're a backend engineer, Node.js main. Okay, cool. No problem. Like you could always say it in French. If you're not sure, tu peux le dire en français, but je vais le répéter en anglais, but I will repeat it in English. Just to, since it's an English channel, but there's no problem here. Don't be shy. It's fine. Ok, so ça ici. La bonne nouvelle, the good news is, since this will be deprecated, I can change it. Curis Sado, follow, thank you. Oh, I should add you to the show notes because apparently that's a functionality we lost somewhere. So let's add a note. Thank you for the follow. It's very appreciated. You speak French? Well, Canadian French. No, I speak French. Like, it's not a different French. French is French. There's a different accent. There's some words, but even in different regions, they have different words. But I don't speak a very strong French. Like, I don't use a lot of slang. Some, but a lot I don't. I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe Curizato is also Canadian. Bagnole. See, I don't use bagnole. Or char. I won't say that. Auto, I will say. Auto, camion. But yeah, for the like, so here we have the l'Office de langue française. So we have like an association that guard the French. So like the movie title must be translated. The McDonald's menu need to be translated. So if you go in a McDonald's in France, you will see like a McChicken. But if you come in Quebec, then that will be translated. So it will be a Mac Poulet. Oh, from Lille. Ah, nice. I just start at Schneider Electric, and they're like, so I may visit Paris one day or France because like they come from there. So we have that in the thing. So okay, so we need, what was it? Yeah, so there was like that thing here. But okay, so app service. Yeah, sure. See you later. I'm still here for a few minutes. Hello, Cruise Boys. How are you? How are you today? Am I a pro game dev? No. Hey, Prab. Local admin. Are you my local admin? Thanks for the follow. Let me add you to the show notes. I really, really need to have like an automation for that. Boom. So now you're part of the show notes. Excellent. It did show? Nah, now it shows. No, so Chris Borges, I'm not a game dev, though I did work on a game because I was looking for a fun project testing some technology. It's called 2D6 Dungeon App. And it's not a game by itself, it's more a companion app for a game. So the game is a dice and paper game where you like dungeon crawler type of game. But like you're rolling dice and you draw like it draw your map and stuff like that on paper. But I wanted to play on a couch, or let's say like I'm in the bus, or passenger seats in a car, or like whatever. And I don't want to have to flip and roll things and stuff. So I built an app, and like we worked on that a little bit, but like you still need to buy the book and stuff, and it's running in containers and stuff. So I had fun, and that was in fact one of the first project that used Aspire, because Aspire was still in preview when I start using that, and I use an early version of the Fluent UI Blazor, and I think also initially I was using WebAssembly. I think WebAssembly app in that. So like, you know, like often when I build project, I will pick different technology, put that together, and say, okay, what fun can we build? So I'm not a game dev, but I like gaming. So sometimes I visit stuff, but like it won't be like like when you go on the streamer, they're using different tools. I forgot the name. I have a blank of the tools, 3D tools. Or like if you go, Adams Learns, like he's doing like a lot of gaming dev. I could do that if I put some effort in it, but since I build most of the time like business app, like the focusing too much on the UI is not a good investment of my time. My background is like long time ago I started database, then become like a back-end developer. It's not true, was it? Yeah, I was more back-end developer. I always did a little bit of UI because you need some interface at some point. But yeah. How did I make the floating cloud here? And they can change also the floating cloud. Look at that. Look at that. Can make this. They go faster and they are dark. Now we can go back at sun. It will go slower eventually. That's just like images and a layer in HTML. So CSS and HTML and some JavaScript. That's how I did it. Prabesh. Mechnet, like you keep blending. 62 though, but you have better score. But I think I'm leading today. Mechnet use the Soulstorm. Hey, just a random person. Cool name. That's awesome. Okay, mostly up to date. So Curseboy says, what would you say if better complicated kind of game, like a lot of menu, really minimal, 3-button turn-based game? What would you say it's better complicated kind of game? I don't know if it's more complicated or not. Well, the game is pretty fun though. I had fun building it. Like there's a lot of UI stuff and things. And it was built live. Like this URL shortener that we have. What? Prabesh. Okay, so you from YouTube you came back to Twitch. So you're Prabesh. Okay, cool. Well, cool Twitch alias Prabesh. So that's Dapper. I don't need that anymore. Okay, so I want to quickly learn from the doc. So Azure Function. Because there's app service, there's function, there's ton of stuff. Like see app service is there. Oh, cool. Well, let me know. What will it be, Prabesh? So, okay, so let's quickly read the Azure function here. I won't read everything loud because it will be awful, but I will read loud some parts. I will try to rephrase what would you say it's better for a game. Well, a lot of button menu or a minimal type of menu contain like three. It depends on the game. There's it depends on the game, I think. You know, it's like saying, hey, what's the best type of game? First person shooter or turn based? I prefer turn based because if it's like real time first person shooter, I get sick. That doesn't mean they are not good. It just means I prefer the other one because otherwise I feel sick. And sometimes and I stopped playing a lot of like real time game because but not now anymore. But now like the habit and my taste evolved. But when I was younger, a young dad, I was constantly interrupt. So like anything that was like real time with people and stuff, like, oh, baby cries, or like girlfriends ask something, I need to stop. So I play more like game that I can pause anytime. So like for my taste, that's it. But yeah, no. And like there was like a 2 crown. Is it 2 crown? I think it's 2 crown. Is it 2 crowns? The game. Kingdom. This game. That game. I think it's 2 buttons. Love that game. It's awesome. Super cool. Like it's super linear, flat, but there's a lot of complexity in things, and even if you don't understand all of it, and like you go, you know, even if you don't finish, you will have like a great time playing that. Great game. If you don't know that game, there's multiple version of it. Not sure if it's version or like a expansion pack, you would say. Like I say, the collection. So like you have the 2 crown, like yeah, there's like plenty, like there's tons of those, and they are awesome. Let's say turn-based, but it's kind of like fast type turn-based. I don't know. It depends. Like even the I feel like there's, yeah, you know, all games are good, man. After that, it depends on like the vibe of your game and stuff like that. Stupid game like the run stuff. You run and you need to go right, left. It's fun. Would I play that like an entire night? Maybe if I just install it. Maybe the next day. But after that, yeah, it will be occasionally. The bike game, you know, like where you're a bike and you need to go do a path and like you spinning and do figures. That's a game kind of like in between game. That like there's a channel they had like was it the waiting game? I forgot what it was. They had like a channel. They had a name for those type of game that you play, you know, maybe like every night or every second night for about 10 minutes. Kind of like, yeah, I don't know what to play. So you're waiting for your friend to play a bigger game or something like that, and just kind of like chill playing that game. I don't know. I like all game. The Survivor game where you like not the type, but like, you know, like the one where you just like you walk around avoiding everyone to touch you in like auto full game. It's kind of fun, but sometimes I want to be more involved. I don't know. So quick turn base could be cool. So this article reference, blah, 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 blah. If you're new to Azure Function integration, project constraint, you must have currently support .NET Worker, isolated worker model. Perfect, that's what I wanted if I'm going this. So worker role is the function application builder. Function application builder, use the function application builder. That's not what I use, right? I will have to wrap up in like 20 minutes max. I'm starving. Yeah, so I think here I'll have to use the function application builder. What? Visual Studio tooling? So add function resource. So the function host integration model project, Azure function project resource type, yeah. So I guess if you're not using implicit host storage, you must manually assign, okay. Oh wow, okay, so you can do that. But, so, I'm guessing deployment to Azure Container Apps is supported using the SDK. Maybe because my, I don't know. Oh, maybe because I didn't have the, if I go in my app host project, no, I have the Azure function. That's weird. So now app host, why use app service with Aspire? Yeah, so I do this, and then, yeah. Oh wait, the builder, no, add service. Ooh, I'm confused. So that's the same. Then you add your app service. App service environment, kind of like the service plan, I'm guessing. And then you add the project API. When you call add, all project resource and Dockerfile backend container and the app host are automatically targeted for the app service environment. So that's TypeScript, we don't care. So we'll have to experiment. Customize app service website. Or, but the thing is, I like the fact that we could do EZD up. Maybe we need two app host project. Well, last call, everybody. We'll wrap it up. So if you want to land one more time, try do that. We'll wrap it up and then we'll find another stream to raid. We are 12 today. So my rule of like more than 5 we can raid. So if you have any suggestions of channels, oh, I landed, excellent, that people we can go raid, let me know in the chat. I'll have a look and we can raid. Oh, we'll wait for GT. No landing. Okay, so let's wrap it up. So let's do that. Run the admin tool, stopping the stream. So CB, give me the show notes. So today we did work on the URL shortener. The URL links is available there. It's an open source project. Well, we didn't work. We kind of like brainstorm, think about the future. So I'm leading today with 96 follow, very close by McNet, and a GT with 72. And then Fragbird, oh, and after that, nobody else landed. Dang, there was not a lot of landing today. And for some reason, there's like duplicated of names. I don't know why, that kind of a bug thingy. Best score today was a Digital Friends Groversaurus with 98. The biggest loser is Mark Bapsis, dropped 7 times, no landing. Ooh. Luckiest was Groversaurus. Yeah, it happened, Marcis, to all of us. And the super participant was GT Sum. So you participate more than McNet, GT. That's impressive. So today in the notes we have the new followers. So thank you a lot to the new followers: Nalian, Off Market, Caruso, and Local Admin. And we have a few notes that are available. All the show notes, all this, and the video will be available starting tomorrow on behindmycloud.com. So thank you everybody who joined me today. Let's hide that. Boom. Very appreciate all the time when you come and exchange with me. Thank you for the help. Nalian with like helping me with the documentation. I know you're not there, but Tyndall also share a lot of things for Azure stuff. I wish you all a great weekend. Enjoy. Try to go outside a little bit. I know I will. And we'll see you next week on Wednesday. And yeah, so we should raid. I think we should raid. We could go see Awa. It's been a while since we raid Awa. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's raid, and then this. I think that I did it correctly. Yes, I did it correctly. So we'll see you next week. Thank you, everybody. Bye.